The 2021 college football playoffs is right around the corner. It's this Saturday, and I cannot wait. We have Georgia versus Michigan and Alabama versus Cincinnati, and I'm going to predict who's going to win those games. So let's get on to the video. Okay, so let's talk about the Cincinnati versus Alabama game. So, as you know, Cincinnati, they finished really well. They went undefeated in the regular season, and they won that ball game. Ritter has been pretty good this year. Their offense and defense have been pretty good. But for Alabama, losing that Texas A&M game was pretty bad. But they answered themselves against Georgia in the SEC championship and won 41-24. Bryce Young for Alabama really led them to that SEC game, and they killed Georgia. And their offense was just really good. In the second half, first half they were kind of shaky, but they fought back and they destroyed Georgia. So I feel like that game is going to be really close. I mean, you have Alabama and Cincinnati, two really good teams. But this is going to be, I feel like, kind of a close game. In the first half, I feel like, it's going to be like really low score, close game. Lots of sacks in the first half. But, in the second half, Nick Saban just wakes up Alabama. And Alabama goes insane in the third and fourth quarter. And I think Cincinnati will be tired by third and fourth. I don't think they'll play as good. And I think Alabama will have a spot in the national championship. So that's how I think it's going to go. I think Alabama's going to win probably 35-24. So kind of a close game. Cincinnati's going to be eliminated, but they had one heck of a year. And now we have the Georgia versus Michigan game, and I'm a Georgia fan. Georgia and Alabama or Michigan. I feel like Georgia versus Michigan will be a really close game throughout the whole game, like nail biter. Georgia's defense played so bad in the SEC championship, but I think the Michigan game, they're going to step it up and play a lot better. The defense has a sack, actually. They didn't have any sacks, I don't think, in the SEC championship. But Georgia and Michigan, I feel like, again, that's going to be a nail-biter. Michigan hasn't been to the playoffs in a long time, and they are playing a really good Georgia team. But, Michigan is really good. They have a good offense, good defense, and to earn a spot in that playoff game is huge for them because they have a shot to go to the national championship. At the halftime, I think it's going to be around 14-17 Georgia. They have a 3-point lead going into the third and fourth. Then, around the fourth quarter, Georgia kind of loses their defense, and they don't really do well in the third and fourth. And that gives Michigan an advantage to score. But you have Stetson Bennett and a great Georgia offense, like Zamir White, McConkey. I just feel like that team could really progress and go to the national championship. But Michigan, on the other hand, has also a really good offensive defense. But I think Georgia will win 38-35. 3-point game. It's going to be a really close game. Lots of action, lots of touchdowns. And I just feel like at the end of the day, Georgia will move on to the national championship against Alabama. So let's talk about the Alabama and Georgia game. Alabama won against Georgia in the SEC championship 41-24. Because Georgia's defense was not very good. They had a lot of they didn't really do much. They didn't sack Bryce Young at all. They left some wide open plays to Alabama's wide receivers, and they scored. But this time I feel like it's going to be a little bit closer. Not by losing by 17, Now, I feel like now Georgia has read a good look of Alabama's offense to see, like, like what Bryce Young's doing, and it's gonna be really close. Halftime, Alabama's probably gonna be down. I think Alabama will be down like 14 to 3, low scoring game. But then Nick Saban has a really good second half, in my opinion, because he's beaten Georgia every single time in the second half, and it's gonna be really close. Lots of action going on, touchdowns. A lot of touchdowns. Georgia's defense has to wake up if they want to win this game. In the SEC championship, they played horrible, and their defense needs to step it up. Okay, so their offense also needs to step it up. I mean, Stetson Bennett threw a lot of interceptions. I think 2 or 3 in the SEC game. But I don't know about this year. I think Alabama will lose to Georgia, actually, because I think Georgia has read Alabama's, defensive offense really well. And so I'm going to go with Georgia winning this one 35 to 28. So, sorry, 35 to 31. So, 4-point game. Georgia will win the national championship. And that's really my predictions for the playoffs, the 2021-22 college football playoffs. And so, yeah. If you want more of this content, leave a comment and commented, I subscribe to the YouTube channel so it can keep grinding. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys next time, and leave a like. See you guys next time. Goodbye.